never forgettable Athena Massey. So stay tuned for a wonderful, wonderful trip through the femme fatales of horror. I hope you liked my little introduction there. I thought that was quite scary sort of vampire character for Movie Macabre program, my instincts would have been to go in and do that, but instead I ended up using that bad high school girl accent impersonation. The Vampire Valley Girl combination was just really an accident. New York had the Count, while LA had the spelt well-known vampires. In less than a year, her Movie Macabre program had launched into syndication throughout the United States. Elvira landed important notoriety as the first MC in American history to be broadcast in 3D, with countless TV appearances, cameos in film, Halloween specials, and a rising stock that encompassed record deals, CDs, commercials, and videos. There is a lot to this article. I think this article goes on for 9 pages. 9 pages. We're going to look at some of the pictures of Elvira before we continue reading. So this is the page seen her in anything. Oh, and then we have Lynn Lowry. Lynn Lowry is probably, she's one of those horror people that were in exotica horror, I guess. And she's very famous for that type, and there's a genre for that. There is. I have learned over the passage of time that there is genres for all different horrors. I mean, horror is a genre, but then you have these subtext that people look for. So that is Lynn Lowry. I don't believe I've ever seen anything she was in. Did I cover? I don't know if I covered up all the important parts. I tried to cover up all the. This is not a nude magazine at all, but they're risque pictures, and I tried to cover up most of them. I might have forgotten one, and that's why my hand is right there. Oh my. It looks like somebody's coming face down the stairs right here. And another picture over here. I do like these types of magazines because I'm not, I've never been really exposed. I mean, I know who ELVIRA is, and I know who Miss Massey is that we're coming up to, but I don't really know who these people are because I've never watched that kind before. And here she is in a little dress with a talkie. But I think, like, movies like the Chainsaw Massacre, like the first one, a lot of, oh my god, there was a movie, I think it was a 70s movie, or it might have been 80s, and it was called The Black Rose. There are lots of cult horror films that you can only find on VHS now. They're not released on DVD. And I did have a lot of those that I sold last year, and now I'm thinking I should have kept them, but I really wasn't into watching that kind of stuff. Here we have Vanessa Taylor and Jackie Lovell, I mean, they're obviously actresses in horror movies. I just am not aware. Oh, they're exotica horror actresses. That's why I covered up that part. Yes, erotica. Oh, it's erotica, not exotica. It's erotica. Erotica horror movies, which I did not even know was a thing. But again, I don't know a lot of things. But here she is in her little outfit with her go-go boots on. Here we have Athena Massey. Athena Massey, if there's a movie category below a B film, and that's the type of horror movie that Athena Massey is in. You would not readily recognize her. I think this is the Nutty Professor. So she's been in regular movies, but she was in a lot of bad horror films also. And here she is, being all mystic and vampy and drinking blood. I don't know who this is. This is, oh, that is her also. I didn't recognize her face in this one. Yep. And here she is again. I wonder whatever happened and just enjoy.